first started dating, my husband called me an extremist. And I said, "What do you mean by that? What do you mean I'm an extremist?" And he said, "Well, whenever you talk about something, you either love something or you hate it. You don't have any in between. It's kind of an either or." And as I started, looking at the way I talked, I did always say something. I, talked about how, I just love that. And I used the word love to, mean anything. I love chocolate. I love coffee. I love my children. It all kind of fell in the same category. And the same thing with hate. Oh, I hate that. I hate that show. I hate these shoes, or whatever the case may be. And, so he's like, "You are an extremist." And as I started looking at all the different areas of my life, I really am an all or nothing kind of gal. Whenever it comes to, eating right and exercising, I am either to the T following every single rule that there is, and, no going off course. And then when I do go off course, watch out. It is no holds barred. I just go crazy. And, when it comes to exercising, it's just like I am either, those apps that you can train for the 5K? Well, most of the apps have you running 3 days a week. Oh, well, I couldn't just have that. If I'm going to start running, I've got to run, every day of the week. So I got 2 different apps so that I could run 6 days a week. Well, guess what happened? I ended up running no days a week because it's just too much. And, I do it so much and in so many different areas. If I start, if I'm going to have quiet time, well, I can't just have, 5 minutes of quiet time. I need to get up at 5 o'clock every morning, and I need to have an hour of quiet time, and I need to read my whole Bible in 90 days. And I really am that way. And so many of us get that way. It's just all or nothing. Just go die hard or just fall completely flat. And I see this happen so much in our walk with God. It is, I'm going to go to church every Sunday, and I'm going to read my Bible every single day, and I'm going to say my prayers every single night. And, sometimes life doesn't always work out that way. And I think that, I would rather make sure that I have 2 minutes of quiet time every day than to have an hour for a month and go, well, I just can't, I can't keep up with this. I can't do this. And then I do nothing. And so whenever the sun is out, as you can see, it's absolutely beautiful out this evening. And I have not been exercising. And believe me, being in a bathing suit on the beach this past week definitely lit a fire under me to get back out and get my body going again. And here I am. I'm looking at the apps. I'm going to train for a 5K, and I'm going to do my PiYo. And I started getting in that mode again. It is going to be all, and then you know what? A month from now, it'll be nothing, because I will have burnt myself out. So today I went for a walk without my phone, with no app tracking me. I did 2 minutes of calisthenics, of upper body, yoga, stretching type moves. 2 minutes. And that was it. Could I do more? Sure, I could push myself and I could do more. But, today's day 1. It's not day 60. And I don't have to do it all today. So today I've probably, I have prayed sporadically throughout the day, probably for, 1 to 3 minutes here and there. I've listened to some music that inspires me whenever I could. I've gone for a walk. I've enjoyed the sunshine. I've done a little upper body, and it's, and it's good, and it's good enough, and it's okay. I don't have to be training for a half marathon. I don't have to be exercising an hour a day, twice a day. I don't have to be counting every single calorie that goes into my mouth. I don't have to be eating only gluten-free and sugar-free to be good enough. I do what I can today. And that's not, just to let myself off the hook and have excuses, but, you know, I find that whenever I'm trying to do these things, I'm not balanced. It's like I can't have it all together all at the same time. And I'd rather do a little bit, as much as I can in each area, as opposed to going all out and then another area gets completely left behind. Because I found out whenever I'm trying to exercise an hour a day, then I'm not reading my Bible because I just don't have time. And then if I'm reading my Bible for an hour a day, then I'm not exercising because I just don't have time. So I think it's okay. If you can start out with a 2-minute quiet time, then start with a 2-minute quiet time. If you start with a walk around the block, then walk around the block. It's better than sitting on the couch. So I encourage you just to start where you are. Don't be like me. Don't be an all or nothing extremist. I do believe that moderation is key. So I'm talking to myself here, but I hope it helps you to know that God loves you and know that I love you, and you have a fabulous evening.